Hi, my name is Michaela Wells, and this is my process speech. Imagine you've been at a job for years, and you know the site like the back of your hand. All of a sudden, an IT position comes open that you've been waiting for years for it to open. You apply, and you get it. You're super excited. Now you have a plethora of information you can look at to see how that correlates with the site you've been using for years. But how can you pull up this information? Since you're new to the field, you're not quite sure. Well, don't need to worry. I'm going to show you exactly how to get started. First thing you want to do is pull up SQL Server. It's going to be a way for you to pull up the databases and the tables that store all that information. Here is what your SQL Server is going to look like when you open it up. You see a blank area right here. That's for you to write the SQL statements that we're about to learn. Here is a list of tables. You'll see that right here we have our particular database we're going to be using to pull a table from. Here is a list, a bigger list so we can look at it, of tables within this particular database. Think of a table as like a container for additional information. So that additional information would be in columns. So tables have columns. You'll see here beside these tables are plus marks. When you hit that plus mark, the columns will appear, so you can look through these tables and make sure you're pulling up the correct table to get the information you want. So once we select the table we want, we know which tables we want, we can then start to write our SQL statement. We're going to start with select because we're going to be selecting something. We're then going to put star. Star means everything. So we want to select everything. We tell the database what we want. So we want select everything from, and then our table name. Keep in mind that when you're putting table names into SQL, it has to be written exactly the way it's written within the database. If it's not done that same exact way, you're going to find an error. It's going to pop up an error for you because it can't find it. So we have our select star from board. We're in it exactly the way it is here. If I want to look up two tables, I could put board and another table name. Here I just did one table. Once I hit F5 or run query to get my results, it'll pop up underneath our area here. Here you'll see all the column names up top for the particular table we selected. So I have board ID, I have company service ID, and I have the results. When you're doing a select star, all the results from that table are going to show for you. So now you've written your first SQL statement. You feel accomplished because you just did an awesome job, and now you can correlate that information to the site you've been using. So that gives you your first step into the IT field and just makes you feel accomplished. Thank you for listening, and this has been my process speech.